such an asshole.
So our East Indian agent in the field, Rushil, he says, hey, I want a Clarey test on Chris Hansen. I'm like, okay. And I look up Chris Hansen, and the first one is the American TV guy. American TV journalist, I guess is what the official title is. And I'm like, is that the guy? But then I see a soy boy picture of this dorky, skinny, Democrat-looking guy. Senator Chris Hansen. I'm like, oh, I bet you it's this one. So I erroneously assumed it was Senator Chris Hansen. And I won't lie, you look at him like, that's why I went with the Senator Chris Hansen. I'm like, look at this soy boy. Look at this guy. Well, it turns out, hey, yeah, he's a Democrat. He's from Denver. You know, that's what they do. That's how they roll. But the guy's like a nuclear engineer, and he's worked in the private sector, and he's done his stint in government. Now he's going back to the private sector. I'm like, this guy ain't that bad. Why would Rush, like as far as Democrats go, this is about as good as you get. And then I text Rushil. I said, hey, here's your video. Is it this guy? Or was it the TV guy? He's like, no, I wanted the TV guy. I'm like, oh, okay. So I took that video of the Senator Chris Hansen down because he's like I said, he's about as good as Democrats get. He's not some radical leftist putz. Although I don't know, maybe he voted for a bunch of radical leftist things, but he's going back to the private sector. It's like, we're not going to bother with that. Let him be. So I'm going to do the television Chris Hansen guy. And I've heard this guy's name before. I don't know nothing about him. I really, you listen to Chris Hansen? No. Have you, he's like the Game of Thrones of people I hear. Have you seen Game of Thrones? No, but y'all keep talking about it. Are you going to watch the Game of Thrones? No, I will not watch the Game of the Pointy Chair show. So here we go. Chris Hansen, born September 13th, 1929 or 1959. Sorry, it's a bad computer day. Things are just popping up all over. And if I move my mouse here, it pops up. If I move it there, it pops up. It's just a very bad day. I will be switching to Linux. American television presenter, journalist, and YouTube personality. During his tenure as a correspondent for Dateline NBC, he hosted the program segment To Catch a Predator. Oh, this guy. Okay. Which revolved around catching Democrats. See what I did there? See, that's why I'm the internet guy. I'm the funny one. That's the little inside baseball for you people who aspiring YouTube person, content creator people. If you want, because you got to be funny like that. Okay. Which revolved around catching potential internet predators using a sting operation. Despite the segment's 3-year run, his popularity has held Hansen to host similarly formatted shows on other networks. After parting ways with NBC in 2013, he began hosting Killer Instinct on Investigation Discovery in 2015, a short-lived series that documented homicide investigations. That same year, he replaced Matt Duran. I'm trying to figure out why he's so popular. Wait, let me guess. So I know he's popular for the To Catch a Democrat. Okay. But that was a while ago. Did he just get sick and tired of legacy media, strike out on his own YouTube, and now he's very popular? That's what I'm wondering. He meanders around, co-founded the true crime-oriented streaming service True Blue in 2020, where he produced the start in a web series Takedown with Chris Hansen. Wins a bunch of awards. Hansen and numerous subjects of investigations have garnered an online cult following, and Hansen is considered a progenitor in content centered around sting operations. Rashil, where do you get why this guy? Why am I doing a Clarey test on him? The senator was more interesting because he's a Democrat who actually had a job. Early life and education. Why? God. There's nowhere I can put the mouse where if it doesn't hit a link or pop something up. I want 1997. That's the internet I want with higher speed, but none of the fucking circus. West Bloomington Township and Birmingham. Born in Chicago, West Bloomington, and Birmingham, Michigan. First wanted to be a journalist when he was 14 years old, watching and following the police, FBI, just parent Jimmy Hoffa. Graduated Michigan, Bachelor of Arts in Telecommunications, 1981. Yeah, I know you're a boomer. I'm giving you a point against that. Well, there is a job at telecommunications in 1981. I'll let it slide. I'll let it slide. We'll put a little footnote there. So he graduated in 81, and then he went and worked. Became a reporter for NBC affiliate WILX. Bam! The future of rock and roll in Lansing, Michigan. During his senior year at Michigan State University, he later reported for WFLA, Tampa, Florida, various newspapers, 88, investigative reporter, Detroit. 1993, joined NBC News, short-lived. Now with Tom Brokaw, Katie Couric. Catch a predator. Like he's just been working since I was a kid. I probably even listened to him unknowingly as because I was in that area when we visited our dad in Michigan when we were kids. Killer Instinct, Start a YouTube channel. Have a Seat with Chris Hansen, featuring weekly podcast. This channel investigated claims of a typophilia and grooming against YouTube creator James Jackson, commonly known as Onesian. 2020, Hansen home interview, grant call police, filed a lawsuit, which took place. Jackson later requested to dismiss the charges, claiming that he was advised to consider an alternative one. Take down personal. All right. So I don't know. The guy's been working his entire life. Doesn't have a worthless degree. Doesn't sound like it came from wealth. Personal life, married, sons, divorce, 30 years, 2020. New York City apartment, evicted after failing to pay rent for the apartments. What? Mom died 2020. Second wife, Hansen, charged with larceny after a check bounce with a vendor for promotional items. Turned himself into police. Bouncing check, 13,000 promotional goods. Charges are later dropped. What, are you just bad with money? Now, I don't know the guy's personal spending habits, but is he just bad with money? I don't mean like he just doesn't know to make the payment. There was a guy who was a rapper and he was posing with Lamborghinis. That doesn't really narrow it down, I know. But the kid's got a fucked up face. He looks overly ridiculous for a rapper. And I guess he was behind on his Lamborghini payments and taxes and all that. But the guy made tons of money. He's just irresponsible and doesn't know that, oh yeah, you got to pay these things, dude. I know you grew up in Section 8, but it just doesn't take care of itself like that. So in other words, like, does he 13,000 in the grand scheme of things, if he's got a large enough, he's had a very long and stable career. Guest appearance. I don't know. Still work. Why this guy, Rushiel? Why him? Okay, Chris Hansen. Didn't come for wealth. At the time, didn't major in stupid shit. Guy works. He works. He's been working since he was a senior in high school. And then what's he doing now? He's working still. He gets a perfect score. Should he run for office, or could he run for office? Yeah, he's the type. I mean, it sounds like instead of some kind of editor and like working for the New York Times, I just feel that all the white people need to pay more taxes and capitalism is bad. Like, he's not an editor for the New York Times. He's an investigator. He puts his time in. He's incurring expenses to go run his own little shop there. He doesn't sit down. It doesn't seem like it. I mean, he looks very passionate about it. I rarely use that word, but he does seem passionate about his field. Would I like to have a beer with him? Yeah, I guess. I was like, oh, wait, you ever been to South Haven and South Lyon? Yeah, I was there. You see me collecting cans, dumpster diving. Made $100 in 1983 dollars. All right, there we go. We have any super chats today. We got one super chat. Elon Musk's filthy job threat. Hey, Short King, thanks for Utah info. Send an email. Yeah, I got it. I'm getting to it. I got to make up for my mistake, assuming I knew which Chris Hansen to talk about. All right, that's it. See you guys later. More on the way, Toodles.